How's it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst, and today I am going to be talking to you about whether EA are quote-unquote killing FIFA 21's gameplay. They have released some new pitch notes. We should expect this patch probably the middle of next week, so kind of a week from now. And I want to run through it with you. You're going to have some gameplay in the background. I will show the patch on screen. I will put a link in the description for the patch as well. So if you guys want to go and have a read of it yourself to make your own opinion, you are more than welcome to. And yeah, let's get a bit of a discussion going down in the comment section below. I'm always interested to hear your opinions. Obviously, a mixture of, you know, casual players, competitive players, people that are just hardcore FIFA players, and so on. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 PM, and we do stream over on Facebook. A link is in the description for that if you are interested. So then, I want to start off by really saying this isn't a massive moan, right? I want to start off by actually saying how I'm so impressed and so happy with how EA have been doing on the content side of things at FIFA. They're absolutely doing a fantastic job with regards to player objectives, putting them into friendlies. The SBCs have been interesting. Some of them have been overpriced. They could do a little better on that. But the whole objective and the menu side of things, I think they're doing a fantastic job. So massive, massive props to them for that. It's something that I've been really enjoying this year. Now, the gameplay side of things is a completely different story. Now, first of all, let's run through the patch so you guys know exactly what we're looking at. Made the following changes. Reduce the speed at which the ball travels when performing driven or driven ground crosses. This effect is most noticeable when performing a driven or driven ground cross with a player whose crossing attribute is 75 or lower. The higher the crossing attribute, the less pronounced this effect is. So this is, I did a video a while ago, put a Twitter video out on it when obviously we first realised it was strong. It's basically regards to the, you know, the cross where the defensive line has been caught out and you drive it into your guy and you hit it on the volley. And then you see the next point, decreased how accurate a volley can be if the ball is reaching the shot taker at high speed. So basically, that cross now should near enough be ineffective, especially on the volley. If you have a really good cross with the ball, you can probably still cross it in and find that man, but you're going to need to take a touch and then look for that finish. So it's not going to be as strong. Now, realistically, that needed changing. It was a very strong method. It was overpowered. You know, anyone could whip that ball in regardless of their crossing stats, and anyone could volley it regarding of their finishing stats. So it definitely needed changing, but it does add to a certain thing, and I'll go to that in a minute. Adjusted referee logic to a better evaluate when a yellow card should be given. That's fine. Referees are woeful this year. What I don't understand is why are referees woeful this year? What have EA done to actually make referees so bad? I don't understand why that's been changed, but yeah, step in the right direction. Further improved interception logic in situations where the defending player is directly in the ball path. This change only applies to situations where the ball carrier is passing the ball. So further improved interception logic in situations where the defending player is directly in the ball's path. This change applies only in situations where the ball carrier is passing the ball. So interceptions, they tried to buff on the last patch. It didn't work. So hopefully this really does patch it. I don't know, man. I wish when they did all this sort of stuff, they gave us the data, the actual data. Before it was a, you know, whatever number, however they calculate it, all that sort of stuff. But, you know, it is what it is. One thing that has frustrated me, by the way, is the fact that the next gen game came out on the 4th of December. We all downloaded it. We all played it, obviously, if you're on next gen. And the game was 2 patches behind the old gen. So you were playing on a game that had stepovers as a strong, you know, way, team press as a strong way. Ridiculous. Absolutely crazy. Decrease player transitioning speed into a fake shot while sprinting after the skill move was successfully requested. So basically, a fake shot, the running fake shot, gone. You know, like the boost you get after you do like a fake shot, the speed boost that you get, they've took out, you know, that transition speed. So that's not going to be as strong. Improved animation selection logic when attempting to make a save as a player-controlled goalkeeper. Sometimes fouls around the edge of the box resulting in seemingly incorrect ball placement. That's fine. I think the rest of this is literally just to do with like referees, really, and just some bugs in the game and so on. And in some situations, players attempting to intercept a pass would incredibly move their foot away from the ball. Yeah, we've seen that one. In rare instances, player would teleport during a non-game play, and yeah, that's pretty much it that we need in there. So then, that makes me laugh. When loading squad battles match, the opponent's squad screen will sometimes disappear too quickly. That's just general when you go into next-gen gameplay, that is. So why is this necessarily an issue with regards to everything, and why am I so frustrated? So let me kind of put this into my perspective. The game came out, we all realised Elasticos were strong, so everyone started spamming Elasticos if they had the quote-unquote ability to do that. Elasticos aren't really that difficult to do, but they do require a 5-star skiller, and they require a little bit more, you know, like you got to know the angles to do it, you got to know when to do it, and so on. A little bit more in-depth, if you can call it in-depth. They nerfed that. Okay, fair enough, right. Stepovers. Few patches later, you know, we all realised that stepovers were really strong. They nerf stepovers. Now, stepovers are a little bit too easy to do. You know, they can be done with a less star skiller, and they were really strong with the exit speed that you got, but they nerfed them. Okay. The fake shot, really strong to do. Really strong. Running fake shot, get past someone. The speed that you get just away from the defender, not hard to do. Anyone can do them. Yeah, they've nerfed that. Okay. The bridge is really strong. So what's going to happen in next week when we get our next pitch notes is that the bridge is going to get nerfed. And then we're gonna have that gone. Okay. So what does that mean? Basically means you don't have a way or a mechanism to actually beat a defender in a one-on-one situation. And the problem is that you need those skill moves. You need the ability to beat someone in a one-on-one, because the majority of people have about 10 men sat behind the ball, and you can't just pass your way through. It doesn't work like that. They've got 10 men behind the ball. They're literally sat inside the box. You literally have to hope that one quick step over that you could do could then go and catch the man out, and you could take that shot. That elastico that you could do could catch the man out, and you take that shot. They're basically killing, and this is my biggest issue, right? And I know these skill moves here aren't hard. FIFA doesn't have a massive skill gap that some other games have. It just doesn't, because you only control one player. You don't even get to control two this year, because second man press is about as useless as a nun's whatever you can't say on YouTube. And it baffles me, because now all that you get is that you have people sat so deep, you know, men on comeback on defense, and then they get the ball, and then they look for a through ball down the line or through the middle on the quick counter attack, and bang, they score a goal. And they do that because you've committed all of your men forward, and you're passing it round, and you're trying to work an opening because they're, you know, sitting so deep and they've got every man behind the ball. Who has more skill? Now, this is a lesser of two evils, because spamming stepovers and spamming elastico shouldn't be a thing, but they should be viable, right? You know, an elastico is a 5-star skiller, a little bit harder to do. A stepover, yeah, I get that one. The bridge, anyone can do, is stupid, but it's something that works. And all they're doing, though, is going, this side of the game, we're going to suck it out of you and draw it out of you, and we're not actually going to be able to give you a way to get past the man. So what's going to happen is the majority of the community are going to go, oh, well, I'll just sit deep then, because I can't pass the ball around. Passing in itself is a completely different discussion. I'm going to sit on the edge of the box, and I'm going to pass it around. I'm going to wait for him to drag someone out of position. And then little Timmy's going to keep running around with his CDM, covering those passing lanes, as the FIFA Analyst tells him to do. He's going to cover the passing lanes. He's going to apply a bit of pressure. He's going to switch to that man with the right stick switching. And then he's going to L1 switch. And then he's going to defend it. And then he's going to get the ball. And then bang, he's going to send Mbappe down the line. And then Ronaldo's going to come running in. And he's going to RBA it across. Or he's just going to pass it to him. And then he's going to score. And then the other guy sits there and feels like, well, what did I do wrong? I kept working the chance, but nothing open, because he's got 10 men sat there. You can't play a lock system. Stupid. It works in some scenarios, but against most people, the player lock system, because you can see when they've changed to the player lock system, you know, apply pressure on the ball holder. He's not controlling him. Go and get the ball off him. It's the AI. So most people don't do that because of that reason. The L1, LB, flick the right analog stick is about as fiddly as anything. You flick it, and half the time it doesn't work, and then it does, and then you carry on running a straight line, and then you're waiting for the man to make the run, and that can work on the counter attack. But when someone's sat with 10 men behind the ball, that's not like a overpowered technique to get you in behind or get you anything, because there's no room to run in behind or you to make that run and do it. So you're almost sat there of just waiting. And then the first time fake shot, nowhere near as strong as it was last year. You want to go for a near post finish, not as strong as last year. You want to go for a far post finish, brilliant. You've got an AI stood there who's going to come flying out the corner to come and block that ball. They nerfed AI blocks, apparently. That they didn't. Just make it a simple rule. If you want to make a block with a defender, make it a command. Stop having it so that you work a brilliant chance, you get a good shot on goal, and then his Van Dijk or his Gomez comes flying out. He stood there holding L2, and his leg goes up by his head. And he blocks the ball. If he wants to do that and he wants to make a blocking animation. Now, if someone is stood there directly in front of the ball and you take the shot and you hit them and they're stood there and they don't change how they look, then that's fair enough. That's a normal block. You took a bad shot. But if they step their leg out, step their knee out, step their bum out, whatever it is that they use to block that ball that isn't a normal, natural position for that defender to stand in, make it an animation, as in that you have to press a button to do that. Do not do it for them, because you then work that brilliant chance. They then get that AI block. They then get the ball back, and then they send that LBY over the top, and they get in behind because you've committed your men forward. How are you meant to? And you can go, well, okay, well, don't commit your men forward. Just carry on attacking with your forward attackers. Yeah, you're just not going to score. It's basically just a game of who makes the mistake first. Boom. Now I'm going to hit you on the counter. Can I do a quick goal? Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, I've scored. Well done. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just get really, really confused on where the game is going and where it's at. Now, this is the problem, right? Because you've got us, you've got, you know, the people that we are and the people that are probably watching this video, the hardcore community that want a game that's rewarding. They want a game that's challenging. That if your opponent beats you, you come out of that game and you go, he was good, he was better than me, you know, he was fantastic. But instead, we come out of a game most of the time fighting delay, fighting the AI blocks, fighting the stupid passing, and just looking at things and just going, what is this? Like, what is this? There's probably 1,000 other things that I've not listed here, my biggest gripes and issues. But I know what's coming. Next week, it's going to be a bridge nerf. And the bridge nerf will come in and you can't then do the bridge. And you then literally have no mechanism and no ability, no power to even get past the man. I don't know. Like I said, some of these skill moves that I'm mentioning here are too easy. You know, a step over needed the nerf 100%. But the step overs wouldn't have been used as much if the Elastico was still a good, viable skill move. Rainbow flicks are strong this year. They'll probably nerf them at some point as well. And then the analyst will absolutely lose his mind. I don't know. I just get baffled. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. I just get a little bit deflated by where they think the game should be going, and they're catering towards the casuals. That's what they're doing. They want a casual to feel like if they match up against, you know, technically a player on paper that is much better than them, they have a chance to be in that game. My personal opinion is, when I was a Gold 2 player, I was, you know, back in the day when I first started playing FIFA on FIFA 18, I was not woeful, but, you know, I wasn't very good. If I matched someone that was an Elite 1 player and above, I got demolished. And you know what? I come out of that game and went, fair play, he was much better than me. And I wanted to learn. Now, not everyone in the community wants to do that, and I get that. And some of the community are going to be like, well, I don't want to learn. I'm happy where I am. I want to be able to give someone a game. Unfortunately, in like football, I'm a West Brom fan. We go and play, you know, Chelsea, United, Liverpool, City, whatever. We don't sit there and moan and ask, you know, the FA, can you try and make it so that we can have a bit of a chance? No, we go there with our game plan, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we get battered. And the majority of the times, and the difference is that in real life, teams will sit deep and teams will hit on the counter-attack. But you know what? In real life, to sit there and do it for 90 minutes as a drop-back, you know, meta and hit on the counter requires a lot of dedication, a lot of skill, a lot of patience, a lot of commitment from the team. On FIFA, it's a 6-minute half. You control one player. There's not skill in that. No, there's not. There's not skill in that. If you told your pro clubs lads to go and play drop back and sit deep and hit on the counter attack and cover those passing lanes and cover every runner and communicate and do that, and they did that for a full game of FIFA, I'd have a little bit more respect. But on Ultimate Team, no, it just shouldn't be the go-to way to play this game. Everyone can play the game how they want to play and have fun. This is just my opinion. If you have fun sat there playing drop back, that's how you fun. You know, that's how you have fun. You must be great at parties. I'll say that for a fact. But anyhow, that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the description, down in the comment section below. I'm just a little bit deflated by the stuff that they keep giving us, really. I want a game, and this obviously all adds on to the fact that we play a game that you log on at 8 PM, 9 PM on an evening, and it's like chucking your controller into the mud and going, yeah, move the left analog stick because you're not going to be able to, or press the pass button because you're not going to be able to. That adds on top of all of this frustration, really. It is only my opinion. I don't like to moan, but I just felt like this is something that I needed to speak to you guys about. I'm interested to hear your comments down below. Please do keep them civil towards me, towards EA, towards everyone. You know, no need to be disrespectful or rude, but we all like to have our opinion and discussion. Thank you all for watching the video. I do appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.